Hello and welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. You are watching Daily Dive. It is Tuesday, January 7th, 2025. We are live on, I'm your host, Michael Carvelis in Guyton, Georgia. Producer Joe is behind the scenes in back-to-back Bandit Land, New York. We are live on 12-ounce sports via YouTube, X, and Roku. Subscribe to the 12-ounce sports YouTube channel for other great shows in live sports. On today's awesome show, I'm going to overreact to the Rochester Nighthawks. Are they actually contenders? I have a case for you. Also, when will the Bandits lose? They're the only undefeated team left, so we must find out. And of course, fresh fits. But unlike other fresh fits before, we have the reigning champion, as voted by you, the fans, of Fresh Fits, Joe Resetarits, on for quite a big surprise and also to react to the week's winners. First, before we get started, this show is presented by tickets.12ouncesports.com. That's tickets.numbers12lettersozsports.com. Get your NLL tickets for less by going to that website. The website also includes every other sport and all your favorite artist concerts, because we all like music. Not to mention Broadway and theater. Tickets.12ouncesports.com. Yeah, wait till you see the drip, pal. Alrighty. I had to poke fun of the network. Okay, you guys ready for this? Let's get to an overreacts. Again, it's become a pretty popular segment, especially on the reels, which we haven't done in a while, but they're going to come back very soon. And it's me kind of poking something in my brain that I think is there, but I'm not sure if it's there. So let's get into it. Okay, come on, man. He speaks no English, but I'll tell him about it. I will definitely tell him about it. Thank you, Pat Gregoire, for that. No, but for those of you on there on Spotify, Pat Gregoire said first star of the week is Mike's Barber. Okay, regardless of that fact. Mike overreacts to the Rochester Nighthawks. You know, it's interesting. I had mentioned before the week started that Rochester was coming into the week against Georgia, and they scared me because they had played the Bandits so close, but then they lost the fourth quarter pretty bad, and then they played the Bandits again, and it was like, oh, God, the same old Rochester. But is it really? Folks, do we understand how good Riley Hutchcraft has been in place of Rylan Hartley, who has a lower body injury? 79.8 save percentage? That's not bad, considering when your team takes a bunch of shots, so it can lead to a bunch of shots at the other end. Riley Hutchcraft has been pretty spectacular. Any goalie around 80% loves their life right now. Rochester might be only 2-4, but two of those losses are to the Bandits. Okay, shoot them. What are we going to do here? We're gonna criminalize. Is that a word? Criminalize? We're going to incriminate. That's better. The Rochester Nighthawks for losing to the back-to-back champions who look unstoppable right now. The Warriors could be a juggernaut. Saskatchewan Rush 14-12. That's not a big deal. And then they beat down the Swarm, who I had told you I was finally buying into. And then, they stole my credit card? Rochester could be a thing. I keep warning the league. We went over 4.5 points last time on the best bets. Now Bet365 has opened that kind of thing. And Connor Fields, I'm telling you, folks, it's like Will Malcolm in Colorado. You don't want to be the team that he goes off against. And Connor Fields, when he finds his shot again, be prepared. As my friends at Disney and the Lion King would say, be prepared. I'm singing on the show today. But yeah, I think it'd be really fun. Rochester, again, it's an overreacts, but we must give them credit for spanking the Georgia Swarm on Native Heritage Night. The Native Heritage Night has nothing to do with that. I'm just mentioning it. It's an emotional night, and Rochester said to hell with that. To hell with Georgia. Again, don't cancel me here. Alrighty. When we come back to this awesome show, the Bandits got to lose sometimes, right? Buffalo, they have to lose. When will that be? I will do a little bit of predictions here on the other side. Don't go anywhere and stay tuned for Joe Resetarits and Fresh Fits coming up very soon. We'll be right back. Daily Dive.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, guess what? We got an audio-only podcast version of this show. Head to Spotify and search Daily Dive, where people are putting us in their ear more than you think. The analytics look great, and we appreciate your support so much. Also, live today, if you go on your Roku TV, if you're into that kind of thing, search 12 Ounce Sports. That's 12OZ Sports, and you will see this show. But we're not going to try to convince you. We just know you like... me on the big screen. Again, I'm not... I don't know if I'm with that or not, but it's a thing. Roku, 12 on Sports, thank you so much. Okay. Dub Club. No one is going to go undefeated, right? Like, no... Miami Dolphins did it in 1972 in the NFL. I don't think since the league has gone past 10 games... I don't know if any team has gone undefeated in the NLL. I could be wrong about that. But especially past 10 games, no. And yet the Buffalo Bandits, as we all expected, the start of the season very strong. I'm kidding. No one expected this strong of a start for the Buffalo Bandits. But your boy, who predicted the schedule earlier in the year, now has the Buffalo Bandits schedule right here in his little notebook. And I'm going to tell you, when will this team lose? Alrighty. Their upcoming 6 games are versus the Rock, who are looking more formidable by the week, versus the Wings, versus the Albany Firewolves, at the Rock, versus the Seals, and at the Seals. I'm going to go on a limb, and not just because I'm kissing butt here. I think the Wings could get the Bandits. I think the Seals could get the Bandits. I'm going to guarantee by the time the second San Diego game happens, Buffalo will have at least one loss. And Buffalo fans, before you go to scorched earth, listen. Your team has started so well. But you definitely want to have adversity. And that sounds so stupid. But the more I listen to like the Kansas City Chiefs talk in the National Football League this year, I was like, it does make sense. A team is winning all these games, but wouldn't it be nice if if they're not punching teams, if the teams are also punching back? Because in some weird way, going undefeated early kind of hurts you. It's like, oh, do you start taking things loosely? I've never been an athlete, if you couldn't tell, but at least I gotta imagine an athlete gets kind of complacent, like more complacent than normal, if they're winning games. So if you're Buffalo Bandits fans, if you're losing a game, it's like, well, what do we need to work on? And that could be beneficial. But I do think by the time the second San Diego game rolls around, which again is in 6 weeks, I know, bold take, Michael. Thankfully, this is not a bold take segment. This is just me saying I think Bandits will find a way to lose. Not find a way, maybe the team will just beat them. But I learned something in the Las Vegas game against the Albany Firewolves. Producer Joe had mentioned me behind the scenes a few weeks before the season started. This year could be very interesting because of the parity. Panther City folding, as bad as that was, could have been a blessing in disguise for competition. Because now you have unified standings. Now the Wings have Zach freaking Higgins. The Black Bears have Zach Higgins. But every team got better. And that can only be good for the league. Which, again, is a blessing in disguise. Even though we love you, Panther City, just not the ownership. Alrighty. I'm so mean. When we come back to this awesome show, it's the moment you've probably been waiting for. It's Fresh Fits. Enjoy Resetarits. We'll introduce that on the next side. Don't go anywhere. A big special on the other side of this show.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
What up, everybody? It's producer Joe, the baddest daddy in producing history, here to tell you all about the baddest, daddiest merch store. Go to the link tree in the bios of either our IG or Twitter, and from there you can access merch for the only Monday through Friday live lacrosse talk show on the internet. I repeat, the only Monday through Friday live lacrosse talk show on the internet. We got hoodies for when your girl comes over and wants to cuddle. Just don't let her take it when she leaves. How about a baddest daddy cap for when you lie about how much you hate Mike in this show, but you're still here? We've got beanies so you can do that in the cold too. Guys, what's going to happen when all these moms see you dropping your kid off at practice in this thing? Want to sip like a daddy and feel like a baddie? Check out that mug. 6-time NLL champ Johnny T and savior of my Buffalo sports childhood knows what I'm talking about. Guys, I'm really going to need you to start buying shit because I'm getting sick of doing Instacart. But yeah, go check it out so you can start repping and supporting the brand. Producer Daddy out.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So usually I do like an introduction, and I am going to do that, but I feel like sometimes people just don't need one. But I'll do it for you anyways. Joe Resetarits is here, live. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful. How are you on this wonderful day?
It is a wonderful. I love this. It is a wonderful day. Is it snowing in up where you are right now?
It is not anything crazy. This winter has had a couple snowstorms, but right now it's manageable. Right, it's anything over a couple feet is where you get around here, or you run into some trouble. But anything less than that, the people who lived here know it's really nothing.
Right. Well, good. I mean, I'm in Savannah area, Georgia. I get it, but I don't get it, but I respect it. Is what I love the snow and I want some. So give it here, man. Yeah. But no, thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm glad. I know there was some back and forth. Had a bit of a stomach bug a couple weeks ago, but I'm glad to finally get on, man.
Yeah, you played well, if that helps you that week.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those games where when it happens, you just black out and, you kind of don't remember the game and everything goes your way. So,
right. So I want to mention to the people who maybe even knew the NLL, just a little bit of pumping up Joe Resetarits here. We've heard that you're one of the best American-born box lacrosse players ever. But you really are, once you look at the stats and such. You've been in the league for 15 years, star forward for the Wings, leading the Wings in points this year. Shout out Mitch Jones and company. But you're great, man. And how do you keep this up for this long, first of all?
I think it was right after COVID, not playing for a year and a half, getting into my early 30s. You realize that you can't take this for granted. I mean, we just lost a year and a half of playing. And, I felt at that point like I need a lot of, I know the game, obviously it comes back to second nature, but I took it upon myself to really make sure I can, get those years back. And, thankfully, and I'm fortunate enough that I'm still able to play this game, at a pro level. And, with all the great athletes coming in, the game keeps evolving. And it's just, again, I'm fortunate enough. And, I thank I can't thank my wife enough either that, I have 3 kids at home that I get to still, do my childhood dream, right? To be a professional lacrosse player. And, you take one year at a time when you get a little older, but I'm enjoying every bit of it. And, I'm going to go as long as I possibly can.
That's amazing to hear. I know you're one of the best players out there, but I still love the game, and I wish you guys made the millions of bucks right now. I know most, if not all of you, don't, but I love the fact that you're still out there balling and caring so much because it shows the next generation is going to love guys like you. Just so you know, and I will too. But I appreciate the crap out of you, man.
Yeah, it's you see guys still playing in their late 30s and even early 40s, and once you when you play a sport and you're just used to this being your thing. I started playing lacrosse when I was 3 years old, and this is all I really know. So, and other than being a father,
speaking of kids, no big deal.
Yeah, he's
man.
all right. He's trying to get upstairs to see me, but that's why I'm hiding up here.
Well, we won't keep it too long, right? I gotta ask you one more thing before we get into our big segment here. How the Wings this year, man? You look good. You look great. Mitch Jones, Brian O'Neill, Blaze Reardon, Holden Kentucky, you guys are looking great so far. What's the vibes for the team, man?
The last two seasons for us has been really hard. Missing the postseason, last 2 years. So, there's a lot of changes from, coaching staff to, bringing new personnel in. So the guys who have been part of the Wings, the last, year or two, really took it upon themselves to, kind of a look in the mirror type situation. Like how can I make myself better to help the team for this? We're playing in May. And, adding the coaching staff we did, obviously it stinks for the league. Fort Worth had to fold, but, like you said earlier, every team got better, right?
Kowalski,
And, and that makes the league, like you said, more competitive, right? And so adding that in and, adding a lot of those guys Fort Worth's been in the playoffs the last 2 years. So like they got that, they're used to be playing in May, and bringing that competitiveness in with with TK becoming coming into the training camp we had, right? It was if there was no buy-in this year, you weren't going to be here, and everyone took it upon themselves that last 2 years it's not why we play the game, right? Obviously the love's there, but it's you want to win, and whether you're your first year in the league or myself being older, if you're not winning, right, it's
it makes it worth it, for sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, so I mean that's been a good vibe, and we dropped a close one to San Diego, but again, like you watched last year, we dropped a close game. I think early on last year we dropped about 5 or 6 1-goal games, and we just didn't really, we kept getting, I don't know if it was discouraged off of it. But again, we had a lot of positives built off that first game, and we built off that, right? And, I had beat Vegas twice, and then, had a tough road game in Sask. So, and we beat a really good team. So, again, it's only 4 games. We still got a ton of season left. We got a tough stretch coming up with Calgary, Buff, and Van. So, everyone's got we just had a bye week, so hopefully, all the guys are out there working out and trying to get better. So
no big deal for the boys. Just a little 3-game easy stretch here.
Yeah, not the easiest, but that's part of our league.
I love it. All righty. The reason you were on today, not just because you're awesome, but because Fresh Fits was a big hit last year, and you were one of the reasons why. I gotta first ask you, are you aware of the Fresh Fit subbing? I mean, I would hope that you are.
Oh yeah. It's it's a lot of the guys on the team last year always love it too, right? They always get it. Wow. I think, handful of guys always every week sending me something, and that's when I'm like, man, I must be doing something right.
That's what I'm saying.
Not trying too hard to, look good, because we wear the suits for 5 minutes before and 5 minutes unless you stay out for a little bit after. But
hey,
I made try to stay somewhat, a decent look, but not trying to overdo it.
We're not all. No one's Josh. I mean, not everyone's Josh Byrne over here, so you got to do something special.
Yeah. That's those suits are a little, fit a little bit. So I don't think they'd fit too good on me. With the type, so
I'm glad you mentioned that, because coming up we got a good one. As people who don't know, last year's winner, Fresh Fish Resetarits, is voted on by Daily Dive and NLL fans. I want to also let you know before we get started that to pass on the word to the social media team around the league and yourselves that we love this. I think it's great for the fans. I think it's great for you guys to showcase what you got. But are you ready for it? Got 3 of them today. All righty. First of all, Rochester, Georgia. I don't even want to talk to you guys anymore, but we're ready for this one. First one. Hey, speaking of tight suits, Callum Crawford goes from Philadelphia, sits down, buys a tight suit, and goes to Albany. So, I got to ask you, what is your take? I think those are ankles. I couldn't tell. It was a little bit blurry, but what you feeling on Callum Crawford on this right here?
I've known Crawford for a long time, and he's usually got pretty good looks, with his suits and stuff. I think showing the ankles is, it's a big style these days. Me personally, I don't really, if I was able to maybe pull that off, for sure I would do it. But, he's a guy, veteran guy, and is, older guy that could pull it off. And I'm jealous of that.
I am too. I'm not gonna lie. The ankles thing again. If it worked on me, it would be great. But my ankles look like diabetes. Who cares? I'm kidding. This is one of the cowboy nights, or wherever the theme country night in San Diego. This is tied in Red Lick. A lot of guys had Seals hats, but me personally, I like the plaid shirt and the denim jeans. I don't know if he actually is country, but what did you take on this? I don't know if I could do that.
Hey, good for him taking that look, right? I know you see a lot of guys that, that try to be are all for the picture and whatnot. I think he just kept it simple, man. Right? Didn't do anything too crazy. Like stayed in I don't know, like you said, if that was the theme or not, but he kept it simple. And that's honestly, that's what it is.
Exactly. And I love this because, again, it's like he wore his own cowboy hat. Like they had like their own little Seals things, and he had his own. Like, this is nice. Yeah, he was double down on the Cowboys.
That's the way to stand out right there, right there, doing having your own hat like that.
Right. And finally, this one from Las Vegas, this is Kyle Killen. I thought this looked like you, so I mean, it was the beanie. The beanie did it for me. But this guy's look kind of resembles yours, in my opinion.
No, he probably, if you take that hat off, he's definitely got more hair than me. So anytime I wear the winter hat or whatnot, it's it's usually cold weather. We're in cold weather, and the top of my head gets a little cold. So,
is that true? Or is that a joke?
A little bit of both, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, all right, kind of want to wear a hat, but obviously it's a little pretty thin upstairs. So,
jeez,
the hat fits in. But yeah, they were in Albany this past week. It's cold. It's cold up there, so the coat and everything. That was a good look. Smart.
Oh no, I agree. And like I said, the beanie may have swayed me a little bit, but good for Kyle Killen. And because there was only 3 games, that was all we had. But now the fun part. Do you have a basket of sorts?
I do.
Oh wow!
They're all wrapped for me.
That's right. So. We are starting an annual tradition on the show that every Fresh Fits winner reacts to the latest week's styles and gets a prize for being the best dressed player in the National Lacrosse League. It's our fun way of showing appreciation to guys like you, to Josh Byrne, who it comes naturally to others out there. We love that you guys wear your Sunday best, it seems like, every single weekend. So, I want you to start unwrapping this. I want to make it clear. Before you reach the bottom part of it, tell me when you reach that bottom piece. But you can start unwrapping it now. We got to see what's inside, man. Show the viewers. They put a ribbon on it. I'm dead. What is he, a girl?
Let's see what we got in here. I get unwrapped here.
It's a baby shower. Good Lord.
Okay.
Oh, this is great. I've never seen the basket, by the way.
Okay. First thing, brand new lid.
Baddest Daddy cap.
There it is, the Baddest Daddy. Hey, I got to meet the Baddest Daddy, and he lives up to that, man.
Oh, yeah. How short is he in person?
He thought I was tall. He thought I was, so I thought he matched up with me pretty well.
I'm 6'2". I'm gonna pat the guy on the head or something.
I'm around 5'11", 6 foot, so.
Right.
Yeah,
so you
got some leverage on us.
Oh, jeez. So you can keep as you're unwrapping these items. I'm gonna have a couple fun questions for you as well.
Okay.
We got some 12-ounce sports. You can keep on wrapping it, but we have 12-ounce sports in there. Oh, there's a few of them. Daily Dive and something cool. We're gonna have
There it is.
That is smooth. I don't even have one of those. You lucky schmuck.
I tell you what, being in Buffalo and how cold it is, this is needed. So when I'm snow blowing or doing anything right outside. Go to a Bills game, right? Here it is.
Hey, a Bills game.
Right? I won't be wearing the Bills hat. I'll be wearing this.
Jeez. By the way, one of the questions producer Joe wanted me to ask you was, we've seen the beanies, we've seen the scarves, we've seen the plaid. Joe Resetarits, does the way that you dress affect the way you perform, and what percentage of Scottish are you?
I'm Irish, actually.
I knew it! I told him!
Irish.
Yes!
Yeah, my mom's 100% Irish. My last name, obviously, is supposed to be an Irish. It's
I was wondering.
German, but my mom's 100% Irish. Yeah.
Well, top of the Fresh Fits morning to you, sir.
Yeah.
What
Proud
else we
to
got
be
in the
Irish,
bag, man? What else we got in the bag?
Let's see what else we got here.
Hope there's not like 20 things in there. This is going to take forever. Hey, the mug!
I tell you, I'm a big coffee drinker.
Really?
I got my new cup now every morning.
I just bought a Starbucks this morning. It wasn't like a pink drink or anything. It was like they were selling these awesome like 1 liters of Dollar General. I'm like, I gotta get this.
What do you put? What's your coffee? Black coffee or do you do?
Oh, I'm a sugar baby. French vanilla baby. French vanilla.
I don't got this
cold brew.
I'm just a little bit of milk. I know it's just when I was younger, those type were my go-to. But
well, yeah.
They don't hit as great anymore for me for some reason.
Yeah. So as I also going to ask you, because you're a big Bills fan, obviously you dressed in the attire. Good Lord Almighty, I'm a Colts fan. I'm offended right now. But when are you and producer Joe going to jump through a table? By the way.
Hey, I'm saving it for the right time. That's when they win the Super Bowl.
Oh, are they going to?
Which I say it every year. They're going to win it. I mean, they are looking damn good right now, and I mean they have looked damn good in the last couple of years, and it's struggle to get past Mahomes. So hopefully, they like to beat him in the regular season, but Mahomes wins when it matters. So that's.
Were you alive for the four-peat?
I was, but I was, barely. I don't barely remember that.
That was mean. That was
no, I know that's the one thing I want that Super just so that just goes away finally. Just to say, okay, that's all I want is the witness one. Before I die, that's all I want one.
I got one too against the Bears, and then after that, just the Saints bounty gate. Screw them.
Yeah. I remember that. That was Manning's first, right?
Yes, the Bears. It was in the rain, and Devin Hester. I wanted to jump off a bridge. I was like, dude, really? This happened the first thing? What are we doing?
Kick, I remember that.
Jeez. Yeah. What else we got in the basket, dude? Let's keep going.
Let's see what else we got.
What size are you, by the way? I already know this. I'm just asking.
See, that's the thing. I'm gonna be rocking a lot of this weekend.
Are you really?
Yes, I will be.
Is it a hoodie?
Make Mitch Jones jealous.
You're gonna make me.
I'm going to.
Well, hopefully. Well, he had an impression of me. So you got a high table to climb, man.
As I say, I know I've ever seen that, and I know he's gonna want some of this stuff, and I'm not gonna let him.
Well, he's an actor. We're gonna work on his skills, though. But I was awesome.
Yeah, he is an actor. Like I said, if there's one thing, I think he'd be perfect to go on like The Bachelor or something. Oh. Right? I think he's NLL's hottest single right now. So
that is fair because a lot of these guys are taken. Wow, that's crazy.
I think he'd appreciate me saying that. So
I was wondering, we have like a 94% male viewership, but that works. 6%?
Yeah,
I see you.
If people got to see Jones, you could see why. He's a guy that'd be perfect to go on The Bachelor.
He's tall, right?
Oh yeah, he's about I think he's 6'2", 6'3".
He looks that help. Yeah, that helps me out too. Like I'm nothing else, but I'm tall and funny. Anyways, how much more things we got in the basket? I feel like they're getting near the end, aren't we?
We got another one.
Oh, that was a fun one. You're a beanie guy, and we had to shove that one in there. That's the diving man, by the way.
The diving man.
It's like the Larson Sundown of the.
Here, wow. We got.
I feel like we overdid it.
Hey, T-shirt. Like the back too. Nice logo on the back.
Oh, was that the bottom of it?
No, it wasn't. I think there's.
Producer Joe, you messed it up. I'll tell you why.
One more thing after this.
No, this is funny. It's actually interesting timing because this is interesting. So, Daily Dive, I don't know if you notice who's on that, but I wanted to we're gonna bring on a special guest here. His name is Abdullah. I want to make sure he knows he's coming on. Because I want to make sure he's able to come on. Okay, so this fellow right here is the designer of a part of that thing.
Looks
How are
good,
you,
man.
Abdullah?
Hey, how you guys doing?
How's it look?
No, that looks great, man. That looks fire. And the first thing he said was like, "Wow, I like the back of it." So I already know that's like music to my ears.
Awesome. Yeah,
I
it looks
love.
good, man.
Yeah, so this is Abdullah, who's the owner of Good Heat, and more specifically Good Heat Lacrosse. And I wanted to ask Abdullah something quickly here before we get going. Is Abdullah, how did you? Because I know Good Heat's an awesome brand, and we're gonna have a little something for you as well. How did you get involved with with the Good Heat Lacrosse specifically?
So I played lacrosse starting in middle school. Um,
That's awesome.
so that was like my main sport growing up. Uh, wanted well not wanted to, but like kind of had some like college aspirations, but I blew my knee out, so I
Oh,
ended up not kind of playing with it throughout college, and then I started my brand in 2017. And as I was just designing, I like to make things that I kind of have like some type of value to me personally. So like and I express that like through the clothes. So kind of was like pivoting into like a sports design facet. And I mean, this was the game that I played growing up. So I definitely wanted to do something with lacrosse. And I'm also partnered with a lacrosse league. So when I played, my coach, he started a professional lacrosse league. It's called NLA, National Lacrosse Association. So it's more of a minority focused to bring more awareness to the game of lacrosse from that aspect. And it's been growing steadily over the past 4 or 5 years. So I've been partnered with them and designing clothes and stuff for them. So I just kind of wanted to put my creativity to doing something from my brand, and that's kind of how I got to the Good Heat Lacrosse, which kind of blew up just because it was like a new style in the lacrosse scene. So a lot of people like expressed to me like they were happy to see like there was uh, companies that were given to the lacrosse community. And as we kind of try to build and grow the viewership of lacrosse nationwide, and like make it more accessible to kids in the inner city, is just part of those higher goals as well.
I love that so much, and I appreciate the backstory as well. By the way, because it's good to know. Like I'm a newer lacrosse fan. You obviously guys have played it and known about it way longer than I have. And for those that, by the way, this mashup we have, this is a mashup collaboration that we're doing with Good Heat this year. Every Fresh Fits winner will be the first to get our mashup project, starting with you, Joe Resetarits. And so, I thank you so much for coming on and doing this for us, Joe Resetarits, but also Abdullah for joining us as like our first mashup partner. Again, that thing looks awesome, man. And I'm wearing mine as well. The hoodie's annoying as crap. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not a hoodie guy, but I got my shirt on too. But Abdullah, I thank you for coming on and like joining this part as well.
Oh yeah, of course, man, and thanks for having me. And Joe, congratulations on winning last year. Let's see what you do this year.
Yeah,
For real.
But
I
no,
know.
be all for it.
Yeah, thank you for sure, man. It looks great, and keep doing what you're doing, man. It looks awesome, and it's awesome you're doing all that for the game. And believe me, like you said, that stuff goes a long ways, and anything that like that will help the sport grow. That's amazing.
I love it. Abdullah, I know we told you it wasn't gonna be long today, but we again thank you, Abdullah, for coming on.
Oh yeah,
And we're gonna let you go now. But again, thank you so much for everything you've done. Thank you for this awesome mashup thing, man.
I appreciate it, man. You
Thank
guys
you.
have a good rest of your days.
See you, man.
Abdullah is awesome, but we all knew that. Again, Good Heat Lacrosse and Joe Resetarits. This is awesome. Again, this is awesome to see this collaboration with us, and like I said, just growing the game the best we can. And with your style, of course, it helped us out a bunch. Before I let you go, I want to say again, thank you for coming on and reacting. I know it was a little bit long today, but before I let you go, I just got to ask you: we got to get Rookie of the Year on the show as well?
Brennan O'Neill.
Brennan,
You got to get him
Yeah,
on. You
is
got
he
it.
amazing?
I tell you what he's been doing. Right, he looks like he's been playing in the league about 5-6 years, and
Oh,
just seeing how he's. I mean, there was never a doubt with with everything he's done in field like that, he wouldn't there's no doubt in anyone's mind that he wouldn't translate it over. But he adjusted quick. I mean, for not really playing, box before, right? He came in and he's been, working with Holden and Jonesy, and how each time he steps out there, you could tell that he's getting more confident, and the more confident he gets, right? I mean, he's unstoppable. So, I mean, there's not many. I don't think I've ever seen a player with all those attributes of just size, speed, skill, and just knowledge of the game, right? You don't see that really ever. And, if he, the years go on, right, he's going to might be the top player in this league, for years to come. So I'll put it in his ear. He's a great guy, and he's a good kid. He's a good person, man. So I'll put it in his ear to get him on here.
That was not what we had you on, but I thought it was just a fun thing to poke at the end there. I think I had a video game. I'm trying to think how I would create you guys. You have a sniper. You're like a Steph Curry shot sometimes, man.
Yeah, it's I lost speed over the years, but it's more, when you play box, right, it's more about, having touch and placement. And, when I played field, obviously growing up, right, I shot was a little bit harder, but, you notice, once you stop playing field and you're just playing, everything's so close, right, to the net, right? It's not all about speed, but, the longer you play too, you learn tendencies of goalies and, shooting the deep ones when they're not ready, or not trying to give my secrets away, which I think I think every goalie knows, they've seen me enough. So I'm telling them something they probably already know. It's about a lot of shooters too, though, right? But, is the more you play, right, the more ways you try to figure out to put the ball in the net. So
I was say, like, Nick DeMue's probably figuring that out a little bit here, but Matt Vince and Del Bianco, good luck trying to find what they're good at, because I feel like it's everything, but whatever.
Yeah, they are good at their, if you can put out 2 or 3 of them, or 2 goals, 3 goals on them a night, right? That's considered a hell of a night. So
I want to say a hell of a night, yeah.
Because it's the thing. If the thing with the better goalies like them, right? You might be. It's how they play when it matters, right? And that's the fourth quarter, right? And that's when those guys stand on their heads and. Right, so that's why they're tough to beat, and like you said, you could pepper them with as many shots as you want, right? They're still probably gonna, out compete you with what they got to do. So,
I love the word pepper. I'm like a shots on goal guy, but I'm also not at the same time. I mean, it's up there. I love seeing you guys play. I love the Wings are doing this year, and I gotta say, when Calgary comes to town this week. Hope you guys get a win. I mean, I try not to be biased, but I'm kind of hoping you guys do. And show up for the Fits if you can. Whatever you wear, thank you, and stay amazing at what you guys do, man.
Hey, yeah, thank you for having me on, man, and appreciate all the new stuff, man. All the stuff's great, and I'm going to be rocking it and making Mitch Jones jealous, like I said.
Oh, geez. He just said, I just got a notification from Mitch Jones. He replied, fresh haircut for the Fresh Fits King. I ain't gonna lie, when I found out the barber was open today, I was like, this would make sense if I got a haircut finally. So
I'll tell you, it looks great, man. I like I said, I would, if I could have that on top of my head, I think I'd be competing with some of the best.
Well, I'm just saying. Wait, Josh Byrne needs a throw at this point if you're gonna throw that back.
Yeah, I know. That's a tough task, those Buffalo guys know how to dress, so.
Yeah, ankles, but whatever. Who cares? Thanks again, man. And you enjoy your day. Thanks for your time. Thanks for sharing your audience with us. And again, good luck this week and the rest of the year, man.
All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate you having me on again. Thanks for everything.
Joe Resetarits. I think that went well, personally. And we know he loves to dress. He doesn't love. He says he keeps it simple. But I think there's more to the story than that. All righty, guys. We have waited for this segment. Producer Joe was excited for it. I was excited for it. A lot of nervous but awesome energy in the building in my mom's attic. But thanks for tuning in today. All these viewers and all these interactions, it makes this thing possible. And we again thank you for showing up, for those who did live and others. Big Satch 32 says, let's go, Joe. What's Joe? I'm kidding. We know it's Joe. All right. Thanks for watching today's awesome show. Reminder, you're the bread, you're the butter, you are the Good Heat Lacrosse to my Daily Dive shirt. I cannot wait to see how, if you guys want to buy these things, that'd be great. We'll plug that as well. Thanks to Abdullah as well. For everybody that comes on this show as a guest, like tomorrow we got one of the guys, I'll mention that later, but anyways, thank you for sharing your audience and platform with us, giving us validity and relevance. For Bigo, who's always dialing it up on social media, there you go, and the baddest daddy in producing basket, putting together history, producer Joe, I'm your host Mike, saying see you tomorrow, same time, same place, 12 Sports and Roku. This has been a very special edition of Daily Dive.
Thanks for watching Daily Dive. See you next time.